the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Indiana Pacers. For Indiana, so far they've staggered to a 3-7 record out of the blocks this season. They need a much better mark in their next 10 games than they had in their first 10, or it could be a season in jeopardy. And one of the guys we'll watch tonight is Ty Lawson. When he's on the floor, how does he impact the game so much, Shaq, given his size?
Well, I'm not a guard, but he's impossible to stay in front of either in the open court or in half court. He has great ability to change direction and stop on a dime. And when he's hot, watch out.
North Carolina guy.
North Kakalaki, one of the finest. He might be short, but he has the ability, honestly.
Everyone's in their seats here at the Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors look to grab a win in front of the home crowd here. Last game for the Warriors, they pick up the W against Sacramento.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive the way they did it, guys. They were alert, they were active, they were aware, and their reaction.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Frank Vogel and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. So keeping the opposing shooters in check, guys, they're making that a very high priority right now.
I think that's smart. You have to identify what your opponent's strengths are, and he's done it correctly.
Yeah, I think so, too. If you let their shooters get even a tad comfortable, you're playing with major fire there. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
The Warriors have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. They've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. That's impressive.
And a wide open look for Freak. Off target from outside. Pacers trail by 5. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Lawson. Koufos with the block. 1:19 left to play in the first. That drops. And it's the Pacers with the ball. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
They played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I go along with that, Greg. The game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Indiana's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Indiana moving the ball around. Lawson from outside. The shot's good on the assist by George. Lawson's got 5.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. From 11 feet away. Inside, Turner dishes to George. Lawson outside. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
Well, you know, they split their meetings last season, and the way both of these teams love to compete, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again.
Let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver Nugget team.
We do have a team type of game.
Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs, and Ty Lawson. Jenkins in for Steph Curry. And Indiana with a change here, too. George is checked in. Barnes and Green of the forward set. Freak is out there with Thompson. And it's Ezeli in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the Warriors' 5. The shot by George, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the strike, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Alex Len's checked in for the Warriors. Indiana also making some changes. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Allen. And Ty Lawson subbed in for George Hill. Now here's Jenkins. Lawson defending. And Jenkins kicks to Barnes. To the paint. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. That's good. Green's got 8.
That's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Warriors leading by 13. Jenkins with it. He's got 6. Releases. That's short off the rim. 1:57 left here in the second. And Lawson, here we go. Green with the block.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Paul George with the steal. And here comes Lawson, leading the fast break. Rejected by Len. Here's Jenkins. No good. Good work defensively by Turner. Barnes against Lawson. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line.
And you hear so often about work ethic of players, but Freak has put his money where his mouth is. He built a private gym at his house so he can put time in on the court, Clark, whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's a good step. And Freak is well known to be a workout. Well, freak is probably the best way to say it. So that shouldn't come as any surprise.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
Well, Coach Vogel, a tough going for your guys so far tonight. What's been the biggest obstacle to pulling off your game plan?
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Always been.
Pacers. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. On the court for Indiana, George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Allen is out there with Mahinmi. And it's Hill in at the 3 spot.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Pass to Mahinmi. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Right side Hill. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Oklahoma City, a terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And checking out Golden State, 5 games behind.
And seeing where the Warriors are, they haven't packed any big surprises into the early part of this season. They're right in the middle of the NBA's pecking order.
Yeah, but I see a team with a chance to make some major noise as the season progresses. It's just a matter of unlocking that potential amongst the players.
The Warriors have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Hill kicks to George for the 3. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 4 assists in the game.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Green passes to Jenkins. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
They better clear a spot on the bench for him because that's where he's headed if he continues to take shots like that.
And I would venture to say, Greg, it will be the last spot on the bench as well.
And Freaks agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is one name in a long list for Pagnotti. Some question his motives and how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his results.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom. The Pacers have shot 50% from the line on 10 attempts. That's a few too many misses.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Ezeli is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Jenkins in at the point guard. That's the Warriors 5. And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. Koufos checked in for Festus Ezeli. Alex Len comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Jenkins in for Klay Thompson. Indiana also making some changes. Turner's checked in for Lavoy Allen. And it's Hill in for Hill.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Warriors.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final.
Some changes for Golden State. Koufos checked in for Ezeli. Alex Len comes in for Green. And it's Jenkins in for Thompson. And a change for the Pacers. Turner's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Hill kicks to Lawson. Uncovered. Good. The assist goes to Hill. 8 points for Lawson. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Jenkins. Not really his range, and it's off target.
Which team is he playing for anyway, Kevin? Missing all these threes. He's killing them.
Nobody near George. And again, it's Indiana.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, that's a bad move there. Stops the clock and puts the other side on the line.
Yeah, inexcusable. I mean, he's got to know not to take any chances there. That's just a terrible foul. Well, how about Paul George in this one? He's got 10 rebounds, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Takes the 3. They grab their own miss, and it's Hill with the jam.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Boy, way to play. Hey.
Yes, Kevin, here with Andre Iguodala. And what's the key for you guys to have games like you...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being a...
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith.
competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. All right, let's get to a hoop. We got to be better at knocking down open shots. All right, let's wrap it up. Feel free to hang around and take some shots. And don't forget, meet in the film room at noon.